Good morning. It is about 8:30 a.m. I am here in Lincoln, New Hampshire, and let me tell you, I got the hiker hobble. I'm a little sore from the Pemi Loop. My quads are are burning. So I think I'm gonna have just kind of an easy day, and I'm gonna do some hiking. But I thought, let's just do a day in a fun life in Lincoln. I guess everything's pretty much packed. I need to finish my coffee and then shower and pack the car up. And then I've been looking at all trails while I was eating breakfast. I had some oatmeal for breakfast in the lobby. And man, there's only three little two-person tables in there. And there were like 12 people in there at once trying to get food. It was a lot of chaos for someone who just got back out of the woods for a few days. So I'm going to try to find an easy hike in somewhere right around here. Need to get my body working while I also let it rest a little bit to recover from the Pemi. Alrighty, it is 10:20 and I'm gonna head out. This is such a quaint little part of town. And all through the town, there's all these little cabin places, like instead of regular motels. They were all of them that I saw had no vacancy signs. But this was a nice place, especially for the price midweek. Got my laundry done, got everything cleaned, and I think now I'm going to drive over to Franconia Natch. I'm at the Flume Gorge Visitor Center along with 14 million other people. It's a very overcast day. You can see the clouds are covering the mountain up there. The high today in town is like 65, chances of rain. I'm not going to go far because I don't know why I left home without a day pack or a running vest. And I don't want to carry my big pack. So I've just got my fanny pack with a couple things, and I have some memories I want to go relive right over here, I think. So this Blue Blaze Trail came into this parking lot on my AT through hike. I remember standing by a sign trying to, there was just a little overhang of the sign. We were huddled up trying to avoid rain. It had been cold rain. We're waiting for a shuttle from the Notch. And this whole building here was closed. So I want to go in there and check it out. And then I'm going to look and see what trails there are here. I may do a short little loop somewhere here. This is it right here. We were huddled under this thing trying to stay dry and out of the wind. Huh, that's so funny. Okay, so I decided to do the Flume Gorge hike, which I've never done anything like this before. I just had to pay $21 for a ticket. But I guess that's why everybody's here. It's only 2.2 miles, and it's supposed to be some amazing gem. So, I don't know, let's go see. I paid my $21, it better be damn good. That's one big rock. All right, this covered bridge is one of the oldest in New Hampshire. It was built in 1886 and it's been restored numerous times. And these bridges are often called kissing bridges because of the darkness and privacy they provided. And this bridge is across the Pemigewasset River. Wow, I thought we were gonna get to walk under it, but I guess not. This is pretty neat.
Okay, I really like how they built the walkway in to match the rock. Makes everything look so seamless. All right, we got a traffic jam up here. There's just like, oh, I'm like, take this kid. The bear's like, yeah, it's your problem. So many people. I finally got a stretch where there's not people right with me. There's some about ahead and behind. But I have passed probably 150 people. And I've been on this path for like 30, 35 minutes. At $21 a piece, New Hampshire state parks are making a killing for people just to walk on this path. Now, I'm not sure what the situation is with walk-ups normally, but everything says you have to have advanced reservations. I think a lot of these people did have reservations. I just walked up and asked, and they said, oh, there's just one of you. It's a Wednesday, it's not very busy, so they let me go. I'd hate to be here on a Saturday if this isn't busy. It's definitely not like, I don't know, I guess it's a nature walk. It's not really hiking. Although some of these people have like big day packs and everything. But anyway, maybe they're making a day of it, I don't know. I think we have less than half left. Let's see what else there is to see. That pool looks pretty deep down there. And these are some big rocks. That one's probably 30 feet tall, maybe more. Here's a hole. You have to pause if you want to read all that. Look how big these things are. This one's probably, I don't know, from the ground down there to the top up there. I bet that's about 18 or 20 feet. Okay, so was the Flume Gorge hike worth it? I mean, yeah, if you're like me and you value experiences over money, I mean, $21 sounds a little crazy to do a 2-mile walk. I think it's the only hike around here you gotta pay for, but it's easy for most people to do. It was a nice little jaunt through the woods, and it was pretty neat. So, I mean, I don't think I'd do it again, but if you're in the area, do it, why not? Okay, new parking lot. The temperature seems to have dropped a good bit. doesn't look any cloudier, so I don't know if rain's gonna happen soon or not. But I'm gonna do another short hike. This is 2.5 miles according to All Trails. We know how good that data is, and this is called the Basin Cascade Trail. Look at that. AT Trail 1.1. I didn't know we were gonna even be near the AT here. Well, I didn't know we were like gonna be maybe getting on the AT. So far, this is a pretty cool trail. It's rocky and rooty, but I mean, nothing like the trails I do like around the Pemi Loop. So I just looked too far out because that was Kinsman Falls. So I knew we were somewhat close to the AT. The AT is actually probably just on top of this ridge next to me, and I'm going parallel to it, and I will intersect it in like 0.4. So we're definitely gonna go to at least see some white blazes. And this is rocky here. Look at this. I'm standing out on this rock in the middle. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I thought it was Spider-Man or something with no pack or poles. I just kind of rock hopped out to the middle here to see up to this gorge and the falls. And there have been a ton of people on this trail. So, man, back there's probably like 20 or 30 within 200 feet. And there was a guy and a lady. They were arguing. And I was just like, oh my gosh, how can you argue like this out here? It was actually kind of a funny argument. She was yelling that she knows she's an a-hole, and she's like, I don't know why you're with me. And then she yelled at him for ruining her day. It was just like, oh gosh. Since I got past Kinsman Falls, I've only seen one guy, and he had 3 little kids with him. He was carrying one, and the other 2 were walking. And it was a narrow spot of the trail. So I got up on a rock and got out of the way. And the one girl was kind of lollygagging, like just looking at the moss and playing. And he said, come on, whatever her name was. He said, come on, baby, the man's waiting. And I told him I'm not in a hurry. And then as she passed me, I told her to have a good hike. And she looks at her dad and she goes, Daddy, I'm trying to do my very best. It was so funny. But anyway, now that I'm away from all those people, this is beautiful. And we should be getting close to the AT. But of course, there's a big climb right here. So I better start crawling up these rocks. This one's deep. I mean, that looks like it's probably 8 or 10 feet deep, as best I could tell. Okay, we are less than 0.1. The AT should be just up here. Okay. So I guess that's the AT here. Must have. Oh, it's right behind me. I was looking up that way. There's a white blaze right there. All right, while I'm just standing here on the AT, I was looking back at all my far out check-ins from 2022, just trying to figure out exactly like where I was and what section, like maybe if I got water from here, depending on what time of day it was or whatnot. When I realized today is August 20th, so on August 20th of 2022, I camped 20 miles north of here, so I probably was here then. Since I videoed all the way up here, I'm probably not going to do much videoing on the way back down unless I just see something cool going this direction that I didn't show you before. So we'll just see how that goes. Okay, I'm back to where I started, back on the paved path. Parking lot's right here on the other side of the highway. I don't know what's next for the day. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. All right, walking around trying to find what I ended up finding called the Woodstock Inn Brewery. This is where a group of us ate during my thru hike, and I went to eat there again. Sat at the bar, and the bartender suggested I try the meatloaf. It was so much food. I ate like I had hiker hunger, and now I just need to lay down. It was kind of fun though. When I was walking through town, somebody stopped me and asked about the AT. They saw the magnet on the back of my car, and she had hiked a couple years ago, so it's always fun to have some trail talk. But now it's time to go for a walk. I'm just taking another little trip down memory lane. Came to another AT trailhead. I'm about a quarter mile from the parking lot at the trailhead just north of Mount Moosilauke. So I remembered very well doing Mount Moosilauke and then coming down and then coming to this parking lot here. I think we're only about, 3 3/4 miles from the summit right now, something like that. I'm not going to really go any further. I just wanted to walk over here and just kind of do the memory lane thing. And then I'm going to have to go find me somewhere to settle in for the night at some point. I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the parking lot I left my car in overnight when I was hiking the Pemmy Loop. All right, it is a little after 6:30 p.m. I am back parked in the Lincoln Woods Trailhead parking lot. And I'm going to take a little evening stroll since I ate so much dang meatloaf in town. Man, there's actually nobody down here right now since it's in the evening. It's so nice and serene compared to what it was with all the people and everybody playing in the water. I don't see anybody on the other side either. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little stroll here this evening. And then I need to edit a video for Frick. I have a couple videos to edit, so I'm gonna go do that and then hopefully get a good night's sleep and figure out what's next. I'm gonna do some other hiking before I go home. I just don't know what yet. Man, this is so pretty. Oh, the way the sun, you don't know if you can tell on the camera, the way the sun's filtering through the trees back there. Anyway, this is where this video ends. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks for continuing to follow along, and I'll talk to you next time.